Hello, I'm Mr. Bibza. Welcome to Integrated Math 2. This is going to be what we call a flipped classroom. And it's a little bit different, but I think you might like it. What's a flipped classroom? Well, let's talk about homework first of all. When we talk about homework, does it ever happen for you that you've gotten home and realized that you forgot your homework at school? It was in your locker and you're frustrated. Has that ever happened for you? How about this? Have you ever started a worksheet only to realize that you don't remember what was taught in class? So you try to look at your notes, but you had to write your notes so fast because the teacher was talking that you really still don't really understand your notes, and so you're home and you're stuck. Has that ever happened for you? Have you ever wished that you were given more time to work on a homework assignment in class? Do you learn best by watching something being done and then doing it yourself? Do you learn better when you can get help and discuss difficult problems with your classmates? How about do you wish that the teacher would be available more to help you with homework one-on-one? If any of these things apply to you, if you say yes to any of these things, then I think you're going to like this class. These are the complaints I've had from students over the last 15 years. And honestly, there's not a whole lot of ways to fix them. But I've devised a classroom this year that is attempting to fix some of these problems and make it a little bit better for you guys. Make homework go much smoother. So let's think about a flipped classroom by thinking about what a traditional classroom normally is. In my experience, usually teaching a math class means I stand up and I lecture and I do notes for about 25 or 30 minutes and I explain a new topic, we do some practice problems, I show you a lot of stuff, and then give you a worksheet, you start your homework, and then you go home. And what happens for a lot of students is that they go home, and the problems get harder at home, and so then they're at home, and you go home, you have your sports, you eat dinner, you get the thing out at 8 o'clock at night, and you start to struggle, and you sort of forget, and it's hard, and so you give up. A lot of times you give up, or you copy your friend's homework, and you come in the next day, and you got something, but it really didn't mean anything, and you didn't learn anything from it. All it was frustrating. Okay? So the idea here is we're going to change that a little bit. And what I'm going to ask you to do for homework is to watch a video of me explaining math. And then you're going to come to class and we're going to discuss it with your friends and we're going to discuss it with your classmates, and I can be here to help you. So what flipped means is that the order is flipped. Instead of lecturing in class, homework at home doing problems, we're going to change that. You're going to watch videos with the lecture at home and do problems in class, so that you're doing the easiest stuff at home and the hardest stuff in school when you have help. That's the idea of a flipped classroom. So what's expected when we watch these videos? Well, here's how it goes. I'm going to make 2 videos usually for each topic. The first one's going to be about 5 minutes long. I'll give an explanation for what's going on. I expect you to write down everything that I put down on the board, you write down. Every problem that I write, you write. And you're going to work through all those things, and then I'm going to give you some practice problems, and I'm going to ask you to pause the video. You pause the video, you try those practice problems, and then you start it again, and if you get them right, you're finished. You're done. If you get them wrong, then you go to video number 2, and you can watch video number 2 where I explain those problems a little bit more. So if you need the help is there. If you don't need it, you don't have to waste your time. You can watch these videos as slowly as you want. You can stop and write down when you need. You can go back and rewatch when you didn't understand something. How many of you have ever been in a class whenever the teacher's going fast, you really don't get it, but you don't really want to say, can you go back and say that again, because you feel stupid and everybody's there? Well, this gives you the opportunity to take as much time as you need, to go back and rewatch, stop as you need, or if you got it, you're done. Now, at the end of every video, my requirement is that you ask one question. You create one question. And maybe that's a question that you really don't understand, that I wasn't very clear about, and so you want to ask that when you come to class the next day. Or maybe it's something you know the answer to, but you think your other people in class are going to mess up. In any case, when you come, I'm expecting to see one question, and that question is going to be part of what we do at the beginning of class each day. So your assignment is to write down everything, ask one question, and then when you come to class, I'm going to ask you a problem at the very beginning of class. And you have to get that problem right in order to get full homework credit. That's part of your homework grade. So what you're doing as you're watching these videos is helping you to learn the material so you're ready to get the problem right in class. What happens in class? We're going to come in and we're going to talk about it. You're going to sit in groups and you're going to discuss the math. And I don't care if you have all the answers. In fact, you probably won't have all the answers. I'm going to give you hard stuff, maybe harder stuff than you could do by yourself. What I'm expecting is that you come, you're ready to ask questions, you're ready to think about what other people have to say, you're ready to listen to them and maybe take that and move forward with it. I'm just expecting you to engage. If you think, oh, you know what, I'm not a talker, I don't really like these people, I'm just going to sit here, then you're going to lose points. You're going to get 10 points every time we do an activity. And you're not going to get those points if you're not working with other people. We're part of working in groups and working things together, and we're going to hold you accountable to being able to do that. Test prep is one of the advantages. Is when we're getting ready for a test, all those videos are still going to be online. If you're confused about something, you can go back and rewatch it as you're getting ready for the test. The bottom line is, the way I see it, what are we getting you ready for? What am I getting you ready for? What's your job going to be? If you're 15 or 16 years old, what's your job going to be in 10 years? And the reality is, I have no idea. 10 years ago, social media didn't even exist. 20 years ago, there was no internet. Most of the jobs today use the internet. So chances are, you're going to be doing a job in 10 years that doesn't even exist today. So this math that we're working on, you might need some of it. You might not need some of it. But I can tell you what you're going to need. You're going to need to be able to think. You're going to need to be able to solve problems. You're going to need to be able to take things that you know and apply it to something new. That's what people are looking for in any job, in anything you do next. Being able to think and put things together and work together and create something new, that's a winner. So the goal of this class, from my perspective, is to become patient problem solvers, which means it doesn't come right at the beginning, but we keep trying and we keep working together, and to understand the math well enough to apply it to a new situation. It's a little different, but if you do this and you work at it, you're going to think, you're going to learn a lot, and you're going to be prepared for whatever happens next for you. Hope you enjoy the class.